You know when you're depressed, actually that's a stupid way of starting, hopefully you don't know, but most of you do know. When you're depressed, depression at its worst has us convinced that there isn't a need to brush our teeth. There isn't a need to get out of bed. So the answer isn't just, oh, get out of bed, make yourself do it, you know, brush your teeth, make yourself. That's not the answer. But one thing we can definitely agree on this topic is that when you are depressed and anxious, no matter the level of your depression and anxiety, there is always that bit inside you that is sick and tired of being depressed and anxious, right? Because you're not suicidal and thinking, actually, you know, I'm quite enjoying this. You can't stand it. It's unbearable. So I'm going to ask you, what are you doing to stop yourself from being depressed and anxious? Because you are depressed and you are anxious and you don't want to be. So what are you doing to not be? You lie in bed and you eat shit all day. You know it's making your mental health worse. You know it is, whether you admit it to yourself or not. You know that endless scrolling of social media, alcohol, drugs, smoking weed, lying in bed, watching Netflix, eating shit, it is all destroying your mental health and making you more depressed. So until you eliminate all of that stuff, you are your worst enemy. Hardships everyone has, there's no doubt about that. One thing I will say on that is that remember, God sends the most challenges to his favourites. But how do you deal with those challenges? How do you portray them in your head? So is it, oh no, oh, why always me, oh, my life's so terrible. Maybe it is. Your life could be terrible. I'll be real, it could be an absolute catastrophe, your life, from beginning to end. But the minute you tell yourself that everything you're experiencing is a God-sent challenge to overcome, and you need to man through it like a naked beast going through a snowstorm, that's when you start making a step towards a bit of peace. And notice how I said a bit of peace, not to it getting easier. Because it doesn't get easier. There'll be more shit, there'll be something else, and the sooner you accept that, the better. But you get stronger. Your threshold of what levels of stress you can manage soar when you go through hardships. So in your head, change the word hardship to strengthening, and watch that make a difference.